Thank you so much for joining me in today's video, guys. I really enjoy film photography. I love shooting, I love the processing in chemicals, I love the scanning and the editing. It's a really interesting and different energy than doing digital photography and things like that. And I really enjoy that whole process. Today I want to share how I utilize my vintage lenses and just how I adapt those to my digital cameras when doing videos or photos or whatever. So I've adapted two sets of my lenses. So I have adapted my MD to EOS. So that's the Minolta sort of, I think it might be some of the Sony mounts as well. But I've also adapted my M42 mount stuff. So my Pentax system. I've, a few lenses that I have with that one, and I've adapted that with this ring here as well. So they were both probably around just under $3 or just under $5. So super cheap. I just realized I had like none of my lights on. That's a bit awkward, but so for the Minolta series of lenses, I actually have three lenses. So I have a 35mm, and this one only stops up to 3.5 aperture, and it's a pretty clean lens, pretty nice lens. I haven't with this range, I will say one thing, just because the adapter is actually quite thick. A lot of these, they don't adapt to, I guess, normal focus distance. I guess they somewhat turn into somewhat like a macro lenses and things like that. The focus distance is very short, only probably about that. You can't really get much further. But for that, they're not too bad. I've had a couple of instances where I've wanted something that's super kind of like a macro lens, and these have worked pretty cool. But yeah, I will say that one thing that it does stop down on the light, and that it does kind of make it somewhat of an extender ring, I guess. And like, it's in pretty good nick as well. There's no fungus, there's no scratches and things like that. Maybe apart from the ones that I've put on the front. I'm pretty careless with these lenses, just because I haven't paid anything for them, and I'd rather have them there and just use them when I need to, rather than being very precious with them. I need to buy a lot of more caps and things like that for these, but it is what it is. So the next lens in the Minolta range, I have the 135. So this one, this one's a 2.8, so it's a little bit more as far as the aperture, and this one's not too bad either as far as what condition it is. It does have a little bit of fungus and things like that, so there is a little bit of blooming in the image. But if I want something that's a little bit more far in zoom, and that is a prime, this is the one that I go to. But as I said, can't really do that sort of distance stuff, so it's a bit of a shame if I'm trying to do wildlife stuff. And the last one I've got in the Minolta, I've got the 50mm, and this one is a 1.7. So a lot of the ones that you see nowadays is 1.8 and things like that. I don't know what that would be with the stopping down of my adapting ring there. Probably be more like something like a 2.0 or 2.8 or something like that, as far as the condition of it. So there's a little bit of fungus, a little bit of blooming and things like that. But that's basically the range for the Minoltas. The lenses that I use much more often are these two here. So these are for my Pentax systems. Now I've got caps and everything like this for these ones, so it's much better. But I have a 135 and I also have a 50. And these are both in pretty decent nick. There is a little bit of fungus, so again there is that blooming with the image. Yeah, the 135, so that one is a 3.5, so not as open as the Minolta. The Minolta is much wider, has I guess a bigger diaphragm. Maybe that's what you... Bigger diaphragm, is that the... I don't know if that's the term. But yeah, and then I've got the 50mm, which is 1.8. This is one probably that I use the most. Now with these ones, I would say that these have a bit more of an organic quality than what the Minoltas do. I don't know if that's because of maybe they might be older or something like that. But I find when I use these ones, I get a bit of a... I think it's a little bit more of a warmer tone or something like that, or maybe in more of the magentas and things like that. But yeah, I really like these lenses. Very smooth on the focusing and things like that. Obviously, all of these lenses do not have autofocus. Hopefully that opens your eyes a little bit of what's out there as far as older lenses and things like that. I think I didn't really think about it until I actually got my hands on some of these cameras. And like I said, I got all these ones, you know, I didn't pay really a cent for any of these. So maybe I'm a bit brutish with them, but they're definitely some fun lenses to have available to me, to my utilization when I see that they're going to be effective for what I'm trying to do. So I hope that this video was a bit informative for you. I hope that it was enjoyable for you to watch. I've included some videos there for you guys to be able to see what can come out of these lenses. So thank you for joining me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and comment. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to me. I really would appreciate it. Your time is very valuable. So thanks for joining. Bye.